endurance records, Rusch lives in pursuit of what's next. And through her success, she inspires others to strive to achieve their own goals. Already an accomplished multi-sport adventurer and mountain bike racer, when she found gravel, Rusch is a 3-time DK200 champion. Her grit, determination, and persistence, made her evolution into gravel racing a seamless one. In addition to competing in gravel events, Rusch also hosts her own annual gravel race, Rebecca's Private Idaho. The 4-day event explores the roads around Rusch's Sun Valley, Idaho home. Her impact on the cycling world is underscored by the numerous awards and recognitions she's received. Outside Magazine recognized her as one of the top 40 women who have made the biggest impact, and by Men's Journal as one of the 25 most adventurous women in the past 25 years. She's also been inducted to the Mountain Bike Hall of Fame. Today, Rusch's performances on the race course continue to inspire athletes to push themselves further. Her work through her Be Good Foundation has helped create lasting, positive change by using the bicycle as a catalyst for healing, empowerment, and evolution. To date, Rusch's events have raised more than $500,000 for bicycle-related charities. Her deep belief in the power and freedom of the bicycle has driven her to continually expand opportunities for women to participate in cycling and outdoor sports. Her women's specific bike clinics or organized rides have successfully introduced countless female athletes to cycling. As one of the greatest endurance athletes of our time, Rusch is committed to using the bike not just to express her own desire for discovery, connection, risk, reward, and satisfaction, but also as a vehicle for positive change. Her work inspires and challenges others to find them, adventure, fulfillment, and purpose in pursuit of their personal and community goals. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome up to the stage the next inductee into the Gravel Cycling Hall of Fame, Rebecca Rusch.
I brought reading glasses too. I have a lot of notes. I have a lot of stuff I thought about saying, but I think I'm gonna wing it and not put the glasses on. So we rode here with some really good friends. Dan Hughes, thank you for the nomination. A good friend of mine, and I'll tell a little story. A good friend of mine said, don't give a speech, tell a story. So all this stuff that I've been stressing about, I'm going to leave it here with my glasses. But we rode here for 3 days, from Kansas City to Emporia, with some old friends, some new friends, and it was special. And I thought of a new word while I was out there. We think of all the best things while we're riding. And the word I thought of was gratitude. Get it? Gratitude. So, 10 years ago, almost to the day, I did my first gravel ride, my first gravel event. I didn't want to be here. I was, I came here kicking and screaming. I was forced by a sponsor to come to a road race. As a mountain biker, as an explorer, as an adventurer, I was told I had to come do this road race in the Midwest, and I had to do it. And I didn't want to, because I'm kind of a dirt girl. I'm an explorer, and was told to come here and do this ride. And a person I didn't know who's become a dear friend, Dan Hughes, another fellow inductee, he took me under his wing and he said, okay, I'm going to show you the tire pressure, I'm going to show you this stuff, I'm going to show you, there were no gravel bikes at the time, nobody knew about gravel, nobody really was, except for Corey Godfrey and Dan Hughes and a few other people, nobody knew what this thing was doing 10 years ago. And I came here kicking and screaming, and I wasn't afraid of the distance. I'm a 24-hour solo mountain bike world champion multiple times, no problem. What I was intimidated by was the actual mental monotony that I was afraid I was coming to experience in a road event. And I thought I'd come and see a bunch of white-socked men who didn't want to get dirty. I thought I'd look at a bunch of butts in a peloton, and I thought it was a road race. And I was like, man, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do that. But I did it. It was my job. And Dan took me under his wing. He showed me what to do. He got me a mechanic. He showed me the ropes. And we did a big ride that day 10 years ago. And it was pretty cool. And what I thought was going to be lame about road racing, but gravel road racing, very different thing, I thought it would be boring. For the first time in my life, I took a podcast, or I took playlists and music. And I told my husband, I'm like, you have to make me the best playlist in the whole world because I'm going to be bored off my butt for however many hours it would take, 12 and change. And so I took music, I took all these things because mentally I thought I'd be bored because it wasn't technical, it wasn't fun, it wasn't mountain biking. And then the people were going to be weird and wearing white socks, like I said. And I was wrong. I was totally wrong. And what I found was that the riding was technical and it was fun and it was inspiring and the scenery. And I wasn't looking at someone's butt. I was looking at the beautiful hills out there. And then the people, they weren't what I thought road racers were. They actually didn't have white socks on, and they didn't mind getting dirty, and they didn't mind the mud and the hike-a-bike, and those are all the things that I love. And I found a community of people that really aren't road racers, they're gravel people. And I was surprised, and I was wrong. And thank you, Dan, for welcoming me to that community. That was 10 years ago. And that was a doorway for me. That first ride 10 years ago here, I finished 3rd overall. Dan and Rusty finished 1st, and it was very cool. And I went on to, it was a doorway to some more racing. I won a bunch of other rides, won a Gravel World Championships and a bunch of cool stuff that was really fun for me as an adventurer, but it was also a doorway for me to understand this is what I've been looking for, not just for me, but for we. And I've always wanted to share the healing aspect of a bicycle. It's what my foundation is about, it's what I'm about. Like, bikes heal. We feel good when we ride a bike. We feel good when we're in a bike community. And I instantly saw with this first ride 10 years ago, I went home and I started riding on roads around Idaho and was like, how did I not see it? How did I miss all of this? It was all here, right under my nose, and I just wasn't looking in the right place. And so that first gravel ride, it opened my eyes to what was right under my nose. It opened my eyes to really fun, adventurous riding in a community of people, and it opened my eyes that this was the pathway for me to share what I've always wanted to do with other people. I've always thought I wanted to put on a mountain bike race in my hometown, bring people there and help them understand and embrace, but gravel was like, no, everyone can come. Everyone, anywhere in the world, can find a dirt road and ride a bicycle on it. And so it was this doorway for me 10 years ago that this is fun riding for me. I'm still a mountain biker, I'm gonna say that there. But it's a place where we can all meet as a community. And I thought it was road riding, but it's not. It's gravel riding, and it's different. And so, from that one ride 10 years ago today, tomorrow really, or 2 days from now, it helped me understand how we can connect as a community. It helped me understand how I could launch an event. Rebecca's Private Idaho is celebrating 10-year anniversary this coming year, and thousands of people have come and explored and understood that people together in a beautiful place, gathering for a purpose, that's what this is about. And so I have to thank gravel, Dan Hughes especially, as my escort into this. And as we're seeing tonight, we are all escorting each other. Corey and everyone and all the inductees have escorted me. I'm a newbie, really, in this whole thing, just at 10 years. And we're all shepherding each other into this thing that we're doing together that matters a lot more than a race result. It matters a lot more than what time you got on a clock. It's us healing as a community, and I truly believe movement is medicine, and if we ride bikes together, the world will be a better place. And so that doorway, that gravel doorway that I went through, was so cool because I felt, one, connected to the very beautiful, the origins of cycling started on dirt. This is not new. People are like, oh, gravel is this new thing. It's not new. It's the origin of cycling, it's the past, but it's also the future. This is the place where everyone can come, everyone can be together, and we can ride bikes for good. And so arriving here, I had to do this in my way. We rode from Kansas City through Lawrence to here with a group of friends, old and new. We took 3 days to get here and arrive in the way that I had to do it. And as I was riding and thinking of that word gratitude that came to me for 3 days, riding with Dan, riding with Alexandra, riding with Meg, like, this is what it's about. And so, to the community that came before me, thank you. And to all of you, like, the last 10 years today, it's my gratitude anniversary. But what's the next 10 years gonna look like? And we are the ones who create it. You are the ones who create it. You know, as Chris said, like, we just make this up as we go along. So what will you do with your gratitude? What will you do with your rides, the rides that you do here, wherever you are in the world? Because there's gravel everywhere, there's bikes everywhere, there's people everywhere. And so my hope is that you take a little bit of the spirit of the people inducted tonight and you spread that fairy dust in your hometown and wherever you are. And most of all, let's just keep riding and let's just be good.